Welcome to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse?
With your host, Louisa Barton.
I want to be a famous rider. I should like to race.
Presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
Truth is, I help horses with people problems.
Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show this week, presented by Peterson and Smith.
Equine Hospital.
Complete Care.
And Complete Care.
And Complete
These
Care.
two have not been practicing. Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great show lined up for you. We've got some wonderful guests. One of them is slightly smaller than usual and rather an adorable. Adorable.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've gotten a little shorter.
Oh, we weren't talking about you.
Oh, darn it. Sorry.
Peter. He's had a very interesting week. He's got something here I have to ask him about.
Okay, so when I was teaching, I was up at Dark Horse Horsemanship and Hearts and Harmony, and friends of mine, Mark and Becca Maddox, and I was sitting down for breakfast with their dad, and he was a preacher, retired, bought the farm, and he was writing a book, and his daughter said something about horses, and he goes, well, that's the chapter I'm writing about. So this is about horses and following Jesus. So horses helping humans follow Jesus.
Nice.
And he wrote a little message for Louisa in the book.
Don't know if you can see that, but it says, Louisa, life's a journey, walk with Jesus. Van Fielden. So this is my book.
That's your book.
Van, if you're watching us, thank you so much. I am so incredibly blessed and cannot wait to start reading this. I'm going to read it when I get home tonight, and I'm going to get further than page 7.
I like the top part there.
I read to page 7. Don't
I'm
make
proud of you.
Does that include just counting the pages?
I looked at the picture. No, I actually read to page 7.
I'm really excited about this because this goes along with something I'm actually working on for Sundays for a separate broadcast that will be actually following this exact theme, and so I would like to interview him. So I'm excited. So
woohoo!
Yeah, thank you, Van. Wonderful. I'm thrilled about that. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
It's a lovely gift. So we've got some photos and things to share with you, some events and things coming up. So if you are watching on Facebook or Equus Television on all smart TV networks, that's perfect. If you're listening on the radio, you can always run over to Facebook and like us, or you can get Equus Television at home on your TV or on the internet, and you can see what we're talking about. But we do have some events coming up. We have a Stirrups and Strides annual fundraiser, Urban Cowboy Night.
Dancin'.
And that is going to be a lot of fun. That's December 3rd. You can sponsor a table. Let's go honky tonkin'. I don't say that very well in a British accent. But anyway, they do a really wonderful job of therapeutic riding for adults and children that are either physically or mentally disabled, and for veterans. And this is their annual fundraiser. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be at the Riding Centre in the covered arena. So hopefully it won't be too chilly December 3rd. I don't think it will. And I'm pretty excited about being part of that and being there to really help them make sure this event is a big success. And part of that is the Dolly Parton.
And no, I am not dressing up.
As Dolly Parton. I'm going to shave your goatee off.
Okay.
And get you a blonde wig. Yes, there you go.
If you guys get all the stuff.
Dolly Parton look-alike. It's $20 entry fee. All goes to the same cause on the same evening, December 3rd. And you do have to do lip syncing which
I'll
I
bring
know
the
you can do. Balloons.
That's
sure
Lindsay.
to be a hoot and good time. $20, as I said, and the address for this is 4246 West Highway 318, Citra. And I am one of the judges of Diva the Dolly for the Dolly Parton contest. So definitely come dressed as Dolly Parton, and let's see if you can win.
Which outfit do you like the best?
The middle one.
The middle one.
Yeah, the middle
Coat
one
of all
is
any
amazing.
colors.
Yeah, so fantastic. So that's a great event.
How much can I pay you? I've got a few 20s here. Little
Are you
bribe.
trying to bribe me? I'll take it off. And you still won't win. Piranha Life's golf tournament is coming up. This is going to be a benefit golf tournament at the Ocala Country Club. There's still some sponsorship opportunities and teams available. There's going to be $75,000 in prizes. You can golf with PGA Pro Ted Potter. Thursday is a lot of fun. It's a kind of a tour of World Equestrian Center, hotel check-in, meet at the Marion Theatre, and that's going to be for some hors d'oeuvres and the screening of the Piranha Life documentary. Friday, December 16th, there's breakfast, golf tournament, lunch buffet, intermission, and then a silent auction and hors d'oeuvres, and then dinner awards ceremony and some dancing on Friday. And then we've got some wonderful recipients. We have got the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch in their effort to rescue horses and to help foster children who have been neglected or abused. They've also got the Canine for Warriors rescue dogs from kill shelters who train them to be service animals for veterans with PTSD. Great causes. They are also going to give some money to the foundation, the CEP Foundation, for the fund for the people who have suffered losses after the Hurricane Ian hit them, especially the horse owners who have, of course, experienced a lot of loss between fences, barns, horses, feed, hay, and you name it. So a lot of great opportunities to help them fundraise for these very, very good causes, and also have a lot of fun if you like golf. And if you don't like golf, maybe it's time to take some golf lessons and like golf.
And come at 6 and dance.
And dance. Because Dancin Pete Rodda likes to make people dance.
Yes.
And did I mention this is Dancin Pete Rodda from Complementary Horsemanship? And Maria LaCasse here from Midnight Rose Equestrian, Massage, Horses and People. Do we have any more? I think we do. I think we've got a couple more here. We do. The Horse Protection Association of Florida had a ribbon cutting recently, and they are turning tragedy into triumph. They have got a wonderful rescue operation for horses in Micanopy, which of course is so beautiful. And they did a ribbon cutting for the Spirit Walk, and they have got these adorable little miniature horses, Faith, Hope, Love, and Courage, who are going to be available on Saturdays from 10 to 3 for you to go out and actually walk the path with these horses and have this wonderful experience and quiet time for whatever meditation, prayer, or whatever might suit you.
And they
for
have
this.
those like cool benches too for like meditation. And
Yeah, you
writing.
can sit at the benches. My collar's all messed up because I got a massage. Oh, there you go. You got to fix me up. So 10 to 3 Saturdays and Sundays at the Horse Protection Association. That's 20690 Northwest 130th Avenue, Micanopy. And you can actually email Christine at hpaf.org if you would like to go on the Spirit Walk with these adorable little miniature horses. And they are absolutely precious. What a lovely experience. And just to have a nice quiet time from the craziness of this world.
And they said there's quite a few walks that they can do. So if you feel like, oh, well, I probably can't get in there, they said that it's like 12 different walks. So
Oh, lovely.
you can get in there.
Yes, and that keeps those minis healthy because, you know, they get chubby really fast. Minis get chubby really fast. So another wonderful event coming up involving a miniature horse, Magic, who is the only living top 10 most heroic animal in the history of the world. That's a pretty big deal. She is also in the USEF Hall of Fame. She belongs to Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses, and she visits 25 to 50,000 sick and dying children and adults a year. They visit rehabs, they visit retirement homes. They actually visited Sandy Hook Elementary after the terrible tragedy there, and also the Orlando nightclub. after the terrible tragedy there. So this is a little heroic horse who's going to arrive in a limousine with me on December 7th at the Marion Theatre Ocala for this wonderful documentary premiere. Get your tickets now. We have a little code there you can scan on your phone, and boom, get your ticket. Don't miss it. Coming back after this, we have Dr. Adam Cayot from Peterson and Smith
Equine Hospital.
Complete care. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
What am I going to do with you guys?
We're going to get it by the end.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now, or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system, powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
Justine Dutton, Grand Prix show jumper and previously international event rider, coming to you from Notting Hill Stables in Ocala, Florida. Here at Notting Hill Stables, we use Equine Therapy International PEMF Activomed blankets on all of our show jumpers. These help to relax muscles and promote blood flow and circulation. We use the Activomed blanket on a daily basis as well as at competitions. It helps us a lot at competitions, especially before they start jumping. The tense horses really like it because it just helps to relax their muscles so they feel ready and confident to go in the ring. After the horses have jumped, we like to put it on and it really helps with recovery. I would highly recommend Equine Therapy International and all their products for all your therapeutic needs.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
At Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital in complete care. And we have our regular veterinarian with us today. Glad to have him back on the show, Dr. Adam Cayot. And we are going to talk a little bit about a process that happens here at the sales. We have a number of sales here, 5 a year at Ocala Breeder Sales. And several of those are prepping for the 2-year-old sale. And when people are evaluating horses, they're making a long list and a short list from the catalog. They're also checking a lot of things with the veterinarian to make sure the horse is healthy and fit enough to be a racehorse in the very near future. So I'm going to let Dr. Adam Cayot tell us about that process.
Well, as far as the process goes at the sales and thoroughbred evaluations, it's a little bit different than we do for our pleasure horses or our show horses. At thoroughbred sales, generally the buyers or the agents for the buyers go through the catalog. They kind of make their, like you said, long list or short list of ones that they want to look at. They then go look at them, and as the sale approaches, typically they will approach their veterinarian, and generally all the sales company have what we call a repository. So all the radiographs and reports on those horses are in the repository, and we can then go there and look at the radiographs. So Mr. Smith calls me and says, I want you to go look at hip 28. So the process then goes, I go get hip 28. I'll go to the stall, do an endoscopic exam. So we look at the function of the larynx, the arytenoids, the epiglottis, make sure that that's functioning normally. And we'll kind of give a general exam of the horse at that time, look at the eyes. If it's a stallion, we'll check his testicles to make sure they're descended, and we'll just kind of give an overall impression of the horse. And then we'll go to the repository and review the x-rays. And typically we x-ray all the joints on the lower limbs, and we don't typically do feet in thoroughbred sales that you might do in another discipline. And then that's what we do kind of pre-sale for the buyer. Now we also get involved with the seller. So somebody has to take those x-rays. Somebody pre-scopes the horse before. So if I'm working for the seller, then before the sale, if it's just a yearling sale or something like that, or we don't wait for them to breeze because they don't breeze. So we have a certain window of time when we can take those x-rays and do our report. So I'll go out to the farm typically, x-ray the horse, do a repository set, which is all the necessary views, and then scope the horse at that time. So I then make the report that another veterinarian will review if that horse wants to be bought. Certainly at the 2-year-old sales, we typically do that after they breeze to make sure they made it through the breeze fine and didn't have any chips or anything come up as far as that goes. And that's kind of the way it is. So as a veterinarian, you can work on both sides of the buyer and the seller. And sometimes it does happen where you actually did the pre-vetting or did the x-rays for the repository, and then you have another buyer that's interested in that horse. Typically, some people might think, well, that might be a conflict of interest, and technically it probably is, but as long as you're a veterinarian and you're up front with both parties, generally it's not an issue. But sometimes it might be a good idea to have another veterinarian review the issue and review the x-rays, so you don't get stuck in the middle and have an issue with that.
That makes sense. And just to share with our listeners, if you don't know what a breeze is, it's actually the fastest that a horse can gallop on the track, either for an eighth, a quarter, whatever they decide to breeze the horse at. I think they do 3/8 as well, depending on the horse and how it performs the best and how it gallops out best at the end. But after that, then obviously that's a great time to do an exam, because when the horse has gone as fast as it could go, any issues would normally show up then.
Yeah, it's most likely to have an issue come to light at that point, or something happens during the breeze. They chip something, they hurt some soft tissue or whatever. So that's why you do it post breeze for those 2-year-olds.
Now, with that scope, when you're looking, obviously you're looking at kind of everything in that airway, but the entrapped epiglottis, just share with us, is that doomsday for the horse, or is that something that we can kind of help get through and hopefully at some point get a better scope?
Well, certainly that's not doomsday. Certainly an entrapped epiglottis. So the epiglottis kind of sits on the soft palate in the back of the throat, and that epiglottis can become what we call entrapped in a piece of tissue. And so when that happens, the airflow is obstructed, and the horse doesn't get as much airflow as intended. So it's certainly not doomsday. We always want everything to be perfect and, everything to be the way Mother Nature intended, but sometimes it doesn't. This particular case, it's a pretty easy surgery to do. Basically, the surgeon goes in, cuts that piece of tissue, so then it can no longer entrap the epiglottis. So the epiglottis won't then fit into that piece of tissue, and the epiglottis is typically free. Airflow ends up being okay. I mean, there are many things that can happen there, back there. They can have basically swollen arytenoids, and the arytenoids are the little pieces of tissue that close off the trachea when you swallow, and they open up when the horse takes a deep breath. You can have paralysis of those things. You can have a dorsal displacement of the soft palate. So like I said earlier, the epiglottis sits on top of the soft palate. Well, sometimes the horse will flip it, and then the epiglottis will be underneath the soft palate, again causing the air to not flow as well as it should be. And you can have cysts, or you can even have tumors on the epiglottis. That you can see all different kinds of things back there that can affect the performance of the horse by their ability or inability to breathe. So it's pretty important, certainly in a racehorse, very important exam and valuable knowledge to have.
Absolutely. And then how soon after that procedure, normally, if everything goes as planned, would you be able to scope again and hopefully get an A scope at that time?
You want to give it probably a good 60 days at least. Those things back there heal up pretty quickly, but you want to certainly give it 60, 90 days before you come back and see what you got with. But typically after that surgery, things go pretty well.
Now, ideally, when you're spending a lot of money, and just to wrap this segment up, you really are looking for the horse to be perfect physically, and x-rays to be spot on, and a nice A scope. But if those things are not necessarily there and somebody chooses to buy the horse anyway, maybe they can get a good deal on it. Sometimes we see these horses go out there with conformational flaws and issues and do incredibly well. What are your thoughts on that? Mostly the exceptions, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. So there are, as far as the veterinary exam, it's just another piece of knowledge that you have. We all play percentages. Certainly you have those exceptions to the rule that are amazing performers, even though they have some flaw. It all depends on the buyer's willing to, take a chance, or, what risk they're willing to take. Certainly, we can't, crystal balls are very cloudy. We don't know, but, over time, the issues that we bring up have been known to be issues that affect this horse's performance down the line. Will it affect all of them? No, certainly not. But
might be the exception.
But there might be an exception, certainly.
Got to wrap it up. Dr. Adam Cayot talking about the examination and sale process for our racehorses. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show. Great. Dr. Cayot is always extremely informative, as Betsy Mbakwa from Larson Hay just commented on. Hi, Betsy. And a quick shout out for 2 new sponsors that we have on the show. Very excited to have with us Florida HVAC Services and Crystal Cryo. So if you're wondering why my face is glowing, it's not because I'm sitting next to Peter. It's because Olivia Fuller is amazing. We'll be back in just a few minutes We got these wonderful people joining us to chat about horses. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and our broadcast sponsor, Larson Farms. Also, thank you to supporting sponsors, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Piranha, TT Distributors, and Midnight Rose Equestrian.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
If you're tired of the rigors of keeping your horse's water troughs clean and free of algae, you need the Drinking Post Waterer, an automatic waterer for horses, livestock and cattle. Field tested for over 40 years. The Drinking Post Waterer is the gold standard of non-electric automatic waterers. Check them out on Facebook or find them on the web at dpwaterer.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Talk show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. In the studio with me, I have my co-host, Dancin Pete Rodda from Complementary Horsemanship. And we have complimentary spent right this week. That's pretty exciting. And we have some special guests here with us. I'm very excited to have Stephanie Cauffman here with us, Cindy. And also have little Paige here with us as well.
Can you smile?
We decided that...
And wave?
Can you wave? Can you wave for me? Remember I said we had to wave.
Oh, Paige.
We had her attention until this moment.
We did.
Do you need that
Now
back?
she just wants the phone. We're advertising for Chick-fil-A though tonight with Eat More Chicken.
It's not peak toddler hour.
No, it's not. I know it certainly isn't. She's done very well though, and she's a sweetie pie. She was waving at me earlier. So
Paige, can you wave?
Can you wave?
Yay!
That was excellent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's great.
Good job. I know. Listen, it's not easy being two.
So this segment, I want to call it Unsung Heroes and Future Legends. So what you guys don't realize is Cindy, which is the lady on the far left here, she is the mother of Stephanie and grandma of Paige. So those are usually the people that are the unsung heroes, the people that support our equestrians. So I want to recognize them. And then the future legends is Stephanie and Paige.
That's
So
right.
that's what I wanted to call this segment.
That's perfect. That's spot on.
So Stephanie, tell us a little bit about your background. When did you start in horses? And
Well, I was a horse crazy kid who grew up in the suburbs and really wished I could do horses and didn't really. Got my first horse when I was 14. Kind of scrapped mucking stalls and doing all the things for weekly lessons until then. My first pony thought that running me back to the barn and running me into walls was really fun.
We've all had that pony.
yes.
All of us have had that pony. When people say to me, they say, I want a small one. Can I ride a pony? I always go, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. Not unless it's been through Complementary Horsemanship.
oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yes.
That was very complimentary of me, wasn't
oh,
it?
yes it was.
With an eye.
But I always wanted to event, so I tried eventing him. I think one of our one recognized, or at least our first one, I think we ended up with like one stop less than it would take us to get eliminated. So we ended up with like 115 as our score. It's terrible. Got really lucky because I ended up with some really lovely horses that helped me out along the way. Worked for Susan Graham White, who is a dressage trainer for a year. Lived at her place, learned everything I could. She's still family to me. Worked for Missy Ranzahausen as her barn manager and a working student for, almost 5 years. And then I worked for Jenny Brannigan, who's a 5-star event rider and a top competitor from 2014 to 2019, and moved down to Ocala. And I've kind of been doing my own thing and building my business and having a great time since then.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm really lucky.
You learn from some really top people.
Amazing people. And I think I stayed with the kind of staying working for people for a bit longer than is probably average, but I thought that staying and really getting the knowledge and learning a system and kind of getting everything figured out was it was really important to me. So I stayed until I felt like I could do the kind of job that I really wanted to be able to do for people who are my own clients. So
Paige is like, I'm so done with this show already.
That's fine.
Blah, blah.
I've done my spotlight.
I've done it.
I'm out of here.
I've waved. I've got to go. I've got to go and play with Maria.
Paige, do you want to say hi?
Can you say hi?
Can you say hi?
That was fantastic.
She's an extrovert. She needed some attention.
Paige, can you tell us, do you like horses? Do you do? What do you like best about horses? Do you know? Do you know what you like best about them?
Do you love your pony?
What's your pony's name?
There you go. Good question, Pete.
She's like, I am on the spot.
Yes.
What is
Pony's name? Do you know your pony's name?
She's like, her name is currently no.
No. And
There's your pony.
There's your pony.
There
are some adorable photos coming
That
up.
is
I'm just
Paige
gonna say.
and Splash.
Splash.
We got Splash right before her first birthday from a lovely lady up in Jacksonville, and she has been the cutest pony ever.
Is she naughty?
No. She's okay.
Oh, really?
She's naughty with adults. With Paige, she is perfection.
Look at that.
Yeah, no, this is the sweetest and most gentle pony ever.
How old is this pony?
Oh, gosh, she's 6, 7. Is she 8?
She's 8.
Oh,
well, look
that
at
was
that.
That was Paige's first birthday. So
that is
the girls did a
perfect.
great job. They braided her up and they clipped her up, and I wish we had a picture of the other side because I think that she had flowers or something braided into her mane. It was really cute.
Wow.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So is there a farm name?
Skipjack Farm.
Skipjack. I like that. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness.
It's so cute.
I love these. This is a very adorable pony.
I wish they
Oh my gosh, the pony's a gem.
I wish they'd made those safety things for me today.
Today.
Yeah, so that you stay on.
Oh,
I'm
do you
joking.
need help with that? Oh, that's pretty adorable.
Oh wow, look at that pony.
That's
Who's
her
that?
other pony. Is that your pony?
that
Is
your
that your
pony?
pony?
that your pony? Yeah?
Is that plastic pony?
It's a plastic pony.
We got her attention now, guys.
Yeah, we do. She's watching TV. She's watching herself on TV.
Are you on the television? Wow.
Look at you.
Guys, if you're listening on the radio and you're going, what is she talking about? Go to Facebook or Equus TV on all smart TV networks, and you can see all this stuff too.
Can you wave?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
There you are.
Wow.
Can you believe that? You can see
Look,
yourself.
here's Mimi waving.
You're really
Wave
good at
again.
waving. So you've got her started right off into the horses right away, and she
loves
just
it.
1 year old. I see there with the pony. You're like, we're off. This is what we're doing.
Well, so I got lucky because obviously, Mom's there and she helps me with her every day, which is amazing because she's a full-time job all by herself, right? So
Your mom or
both?
Sometimes.
Yeah, both. So, when she was really little, Mom would have her inside for most of the day and come out so I could get back to riding and doing things. And as she's gotten bigger, it's cool because she's really, truly growing up in the barn, which is pretty awesome. Because even when she was tiny, oh, that's very nice.
Yes. I got to
she's
check
drinking
it
out of the water.
So even when she was really little, like I'd put her in her stroller and she'd fall asleep and we'd do stalls while she was sleeping in the aisle and things like that. And I'd have her all wrapped up because it was January, which Ocala, right? So
so it's not terrible. It's
well,
not
it
like
was 60,
20.
which is 5 degrees less than the temperature at which I start complaining.
Oh. Yeah. Well, then you are living in the right place.
Yes.
Pennsylvania was a little different.
I was going to
think.
say, it wouldn't work at like, at 14, 15 degrees. It would be a
No.
little bit cold, right?
Not good. There's a reason I moved down to Ocala full time. But even when we were up in Pennsylvania, it was almost half the year was Ocala, so it wasn't a huge change.
That's pretty cute.
She's a bucket baby.
Bucket baby.
She's a bucket baby. Start her off right.
Oh yeah.
In the bucket. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that. She must have been
Mary
very
Fulton
little there.
She was maybe 6 months.
Yeah,
there.
I was going to say, I think that was about 6 months. Are you
Bucket
waving
baby.
to yourself in the bucket?
Do you like that? It's a great photograph. I love that one. It's amazing.
So Cindy, what is your role at the barn?
I might have to move you closer there.
I am the all-seeing eye.
Watch out. Cindy's coming.
So I do, I watch everything that Paige does to make sure that she stays out of trouble or gets into good trouble.
Good trouble, yeah.
And I make sure that nothing gets missed in the barn and everybody gets taken care of, whether it's people or horses.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a horse of my own that I ride.
Do you? What kind of horse do you have?
Pony.
She is
A pony.
The pony.
Well, she's 15 too, but you could call her a pony.
She's the pony.
She came out of Tennessee
By trailer.
by trailer.
Have you always been involved in horses?
I have not. I grew up sailing. My father was a river pilot on the Delaware River, so I grew up racing sailboats.
Little different.
Little different. I married a horseman, took 2 lessons for 2 months, got into fox hunting, got into invitational hand driving, and when Steph started riding, I said, I need to get back on a horse. So I did.
That's a brilliant answer, just in time, because we heard the horse, which means we have to go to break. We'll be right back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Current equine microchips can migrate by up to 30%, causing difficulty when scanning. With over 70 years of collective horse industry experience, LipChip offers a new, more effective method of microchipping, partnering with veterinarians and technology experts to ensure humane and practical microchipping. LipChip was built by horsemen for horsemen. Nowadays, the performance horse industry is in need of both integrity and transparency. LipChip is the future of horse microchipping, with cutting-edge technology functional for every discipline. Find LipChip on social media, and for more information, lipchipllc.com. The future is here. The future is LipChip.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now, or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Centre Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Centre now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
With your host, Louisa Barton.
What does it feel like to be in love with a horse?
Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
Back in the saddle again.
Now, here's your pretty Louisa Barton.
You're fab. You're switched on. You're a bit of all right. Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Show presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown
Chevrolet experience.
He got it. Look at that. Can you believe it?
Practicing.
Louisa Barton here, host of the Horse Talk Show. Got my co-host here, Dancin Pete Rodda from Complementary Horsemanship Maria LaCasse from Midnight Rose Equestrian, who gave me an amazing massage before this, which was wonderful. And then we have a very special guest in here. We have Stephanie Cauffman with us, and we have been talking about eventing and ponies and lifelong love of horses and how naughty ponies can be, but your little girl's pony isn't, which is wonderful.
Perfection.
Yes.
And Paige was done with the spotlight.
Yes.
So,
She was very done.
Yeah, she was
so
over
Grandma Cindy said it's time to leave.
It's time to leave, yes. So crying in the background was not anything that Pete did.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
It was your hat.
Okay, I'll admit it.
We have some gifts for you and your mum.
You're so nice.
So we have some lip chip koozies here for you.
You were
and I was
telling me about that.
telling you about lip
That
chip.
sounds so
Actually,
cool.
isn't this a great time to show off his new truck? Maybe we should just get Isaac, because he's really good on the fly, to show. Well, I don't know if the truck is new. It might be the rat, but we have something for you here. Lip chip. Lip chip! Look, it's real! Superhero. Oh, I should have texted Brad and said, you better be watching.
He's watching.
He was watching. We love Brad, by the way. He is, I can only say, off the charts. Brad Boland. Unbelievable. And if you watched any of the Breeders' Cup races, you saw this logo on legs of jockeys. Because he's doing amazing things with the lip chip technology, and I was sharing that. What? Oh, have we got a happy birthday song?
And Jody's and Tamaro's.
That's a lot of people to have a birthday in a day.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, how do we get happy birthday here? We need to play happy birthday. Where is it? Is this happy birthday?
YouTube it?
No, yeah, I could.
How about we sing it like I did at the
Would you? Go ahead, Brad.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brad and Tamara and Jody.
Happy birthday to you. I can't sing. Now you know why I talk for a living.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! That was good.
We're good at the party part.
Listen.
That's an English
Spot
thing.
on. Yes. It's very good. So those are from Lip Chip. Thank you. And that was what he did. That was what he did. Look at that. He's a supporter. We love it all. So, and then Piranha, who we always do this because it's fun, because it makes the bags disappear. And we really think that's fun for TV, that the bags disappear. So this is for the Piranha goodies.
Oh.
Yes, lots of Piranha goodies for you guys. The Zero Bite.
Awesome.
I've tried it on Pete, but it doesn't work.
He's a biter.
He still bites. And there's a nice comb. And there's
you can tell horse
shine,
people. Nice
baby,
comb.
shine. A nice comb, yes. And there's some Odaway in here. I'm going to try that on Pete as well. Odaway.
I'm just gonna sit over here by myself. You guys have fun. Stephanie's not enjoying this at all.
She's not. Look.
Yeah, she's laughing.
I did. This is why I was like, I should wear a green shirt because.
Yes. Because look, now you're a floating head.
I am my target audience.
Nothing. And look, this. That's pretty cool. This one.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Oh, never mind. You can't wear it. Yes.
I thought we could use two.
So one of the things, since we're getting kind of funny here, so the thing I like about when I go to people's barns, and I've been to Stephanie's, and she is definitely a character. So Stephanie, show us what everybody at the barn always sees, and that's those nice.
Okay.
Oh man.
How many I too?
Check out the socks.
Nice. What do they say?
These are the caution socks.
Oh, she didn't show the shoe.
Oh no.
Show the
she
shoe.
actually had nice shoes.
So I brought cute shoes, or at least I planned to, but apparently they're still sitting by my back door. So this is my usual teaching look.
I think this is relatable though for like all horse people.
That is relatable for all
These are my barn shoes, so you know
we're okay with it.
But Stephanie and I
we
always talk about this to our beginner students: is we go through the same things you are going through at the same time.
Oh yeah, I mean we're all still working on okay, let's see if we can figure out how to half halt today. Mm-hmm. So. Anybody who kind of says that they've got it all figured out is not being super genuine about it, are they?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, over the course of your time when you were working with other people at their barns and being a working student or working or whatever, what are some of the most valuable things you learned that you took with you that helped you be so good at what you're doing and what you've started, helped to give you confidence going on your own?
So honestly, I think the most important things are knowing that probably 75% of it is the mental game, right? So I think probably when I teach, the most time I spend is getting people in the right headspace to learn and kind of empowering them to do what they already know how to do and really kind of step out of their comfort zone and feel good about that. So I think, really kind of knowing that having a good attitude, showing up every day with a good attitude, ready to learn, never stop learning, keep your eyes open. Everybody at the barn has their role. I have amazing girls who work for me. They're unbelievably incredible. They all, they're smart. They keep their eyes open. I make sure that I learn from them every day. Every time somebody comes into the barn, we make sure we learn from them. So I think just keeping the right attitude about it and making sure that, nobody is too cool to do anything, and we all kind of keep pushing ourselves to be a little bit better.
And one of the questions I always ask people that do horses, are you a technician or a teacher, or are you both?
It's good to be both.
Yeah.
It's really good to try to be both.
Because what I always talk to Stephanie, she talked about one of her mentors, and she said the girls would come frustrated, and she'd explain it as a teacher.
Yeah.
Because the person that she was riding with was a great technician, but couldn't explain it down to the beginning level.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of people. I've been so lucky to work with some of the most talented riders in the world, and sometimes it's really hard to break it back down to, okay, so when we half halt, which part of your body is doing what, and spending the time and making sure that there's that repetition, because oh my gosh, there's people out there who have more talent in their pinky finger than people who are doing an amazing job and have been doing this for years at the very top level. So I think it's really important to remember that when we teach, we have to make sure. So I kind of have this thing that I think is really important since there is a lot of people who are watching who are students, and that is there's very few reasons that you should ever be getting yelled at in your lesson. And I think the only one really is that if it's a safety issue, because if somebody's not doing what I'm asking of them, sorry, this gets a little bit rambly, but if somebody's not doing what I'm asking of them, it's either because they didn't understand, and if they're not understanding what I'm saying, it's not reasonable for me to get upset or raise my voice, or they're scared. And again, if you're scared, that's not a good time to be yelled at.
Right.
Or they don't care. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen somebody show up and pay money to take a lesson and not care.
Right.
So it's going to be one of the first two things. And a lot of people really they show up scared, but they're ready to be yelled at. Yeah. So I spend a lot of time making sure that there's that calm headspace where you're like, okay. And, Pete and I have talked about this, that there's people that kind of need to be pushed really hard to motivate them, or, there's various ways of getting across to people. But there's a lot of people that just need to realize that it's okay. They can take a deep breath. It's a safe place to learn. And getting yelled at doesn't have to be normal. And that's not the best way to learn. Like, there's a lot of people who go, oh, I love a stern taskmaster who's going to yell at me and really be on me.
I cannot stand to be yelled at.
No.
I absolutely cannot stand. And I'm going to tell you after this, because that was the noise.
So we don't get yelled at by Gigi.
No, I'm going to tell you about being yelled at or even being snapped at.
It messes with people.
Oh, you have no
really
idea.
Badly.
It changes my entire day.
Yep.
I can't stand it.
Yep.
I only have to be snapped at once and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, totally.
Like that.
Wrap it up, people.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and broadcast sponsor, Larson Farms. Also, thank you to supporting sponsors, Equine Therapy International, Nirvana Medical Spa, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, Summit Joint Performance, and Equigreen.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads.
Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best, but we've all seen people with the telltale signs of too much work. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you. Piranha, your trusted leader in insect control for 50 years. The official fly spray for World Equestrian Center. From the strongest water-based equine spray in the blue bottle to the familiar and long-time favorite in the yellow bottle. Wipe and spray, we've got you covered. If you're looking for effective plant-based fly spray, then look for our Zero Bite in the green bottle. Check us out online at piranhainc.com. That's Pyranha, piranhainc.com, to learn more about Piranha's entire family of products. Piranha, it works.
My name is Dr. Natalie Solomon. I formulated Equigreen with cutting-edge science and technology alongside the passion that is represented by a lifelong love of horses. I created a product that I would trust for my horses because they deserve nothing but the best for their bodies. Horses rely on us to take care of them, to love them, to respect them. This is how Equigreen came to life. Equigreen, CBD for your horse that you can trust.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown
Experience Chevy. Whoa! Maria, stepping up.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor.
Oh, Idaho's finest.
Alfalfa.
That's right.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. Betsy did that pass. Have I mentioned Betsy in the show earlier? I did, didn't I? Can I just say that she showed up yesterday at the Horse Farms Forever Summit, and when she shows up, comes fun, comes comedy, comes good company, comes 6 police officers. Betsy, if you're watching, you have no idea how much I love you.
And she's so nice to everybody.
Yes. I actually traveled with her, Betsy from Larson Farms.
They have nice hay.
Oh, they have the best, don't they? High five, yeah.
Hay from there.
No, I listen, let me tell you a quick story before we get back on course. So Betsy was the one who traveled back up and down I-75 with me right after the hurricane, because Richard Larson donated $15,000 worth of hay, which we took to the horses that were stuck down there. People had lost everything, and Richard Larson is just that kind of man. And Betsy bravely made the trips with me. And one trip, we were actually stuck in the truck for 12 hours. And it was the funniest, most entertaining 12 hours I've probably ever spent in my life, where I really got to know Betsy. And you want to talk about a traveling companion? There is not a better traveling companion than Betsy. She'll even look over at me and go, "You've never rodeoed, have you?"
She's like the best roping instructor, too. I watched her with all the little kids, and they were like, "Got it."
Betsy's like a jack of all trades. And I would say she's not, I can't say she's a master of none, because she's a master of many. But you want to talk about good company? And yesterday when she arrived at the summit, I was like, this is about to get fun. Because she knows how to have fun. She also has amazing hair.
Right.
It's the best. But my story was, there are people in South Florida who got their first taste of, or their horses got their first taste of Larson hay. And one particular barn had 3 horses who had significant health issues.
Yeah.
And the only change they made post the hurricane was the hay. Nice. And all 3 of them no longer have
nutrition.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yes. And they were all saying, how do we get hay down here like that? How can we get this hay here from now on? Because it was such a game changer for their horses.
But that always goes to, when you give, it comes back.
Yeah. I know. So all 3 of those horses cooperated and got super healthy, and then everybody was like, oh, it's the hay. And it was.
I believe it. My horses moved from Washington, and they were like, what is this shit?
Did you just say that on air?
She said, what's that ship? Ship sailing.
Yes.
That's what she said.
They had it brought in from the ocean in Washington State.
They wanted to be shipped back to Washington, and then they got Larson hay, and they were like, nope, we're fine.
No, we'll stay. We're good. We're happy here. Life is good. So back to you. So now you have, now back to you, Stephanie.
Yeah, I want to know what your goals are, like your riding goals.
Yeah,
well,
bucket list.
I have, like I said, I have been lucky enough to ride with some of the most incredible trainers and people. This was some of my nice horses that I've had the pleasure of riding, some of mine and others. I have brought a couple young horses along from kind of the very beginning of their competition careers up through 3-star. I got one up to advanced. He's had some asthma and other things that we've been working through, but I'm hoping he'll be back out for next year. I brought
I have someone who can help you with that asthma, by the way.
Oh, excellent. Yes. I'm all ears. We're starting to get it under control, but he's a bit complicated sometimes. I've got a couple babies. I've got a farm full of really lovely horses in training, some sale horses. The most incredible students ever. I'm super, super lucky.
There's Mom.
There's Mom.
That's Mom with just to her left is History of... that's William. That's Chats for Third Revolution. That's my big guy. And then
William.
So William's the one hamming it up to the camera there. His mom, Mystery Oak, is
Look at him. He knows it.
Yep, is immediately to his right.
He's the guy, if he was a person, that would be taking the selfie.
Oh, yeah. He's hot, and he knows it. Unfortunately, he was also not gelded until he was 4.5.
Oh, that's why he knows he's hot.
Yeah. He would be a lot easier to deal with if he'd been gelded very early. So the brother on the very far side looking to the right, or I guess to the left of the screen, we gelded him immediately.
And look at him. He's like, I'm a girl.
Yeah, he's very pretty, French. And then the middle one with looks like it has the text bubble. He went and did his first prelim just a couple weeks ago. So trying to give him a vacation. He didn't love it, so he's now hacking because the girls were like, guys, Bowie is malfunctioning, so he needs some extra love. So I said, well, why don't we do a hack for the last part of his vacation? So
that's good.
That is what we affectionately call the squirrel family, and they're very special. Yes.
Far left is...
Oh, that's Gary.
Gary.
That is actually my first homebred. We embryo transferred out of the mare with the big white face. She was, 23, and I didn't really feel good about breeding her, but I would have loved to get one more baby. She is kind of fun old thoroughbred lines. She's a Babamist, which is old eventing bloodlines. And so...
And you notice she names all of her horses by human names.
This is always emotionally disturbed, Pete, but all of my horses, it's like David Bowie, William, that's Gary. He will show as Gary ESH because I think that's hilarious. Because if you meet him, he is Gary. These are some of my students. That is my assistant Megan on the left side of the screen with her horse Scooby, and that is Leah Solchemans with Mr. Kokomo. And they both just finished their first training level there at the Florida Horse Park this spring.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, that was a celebration picture, a long time coming. That's the farm. That's the arena.
Nice.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Wow.
that's the farm when we first moved in. It's got some more stuff there, and it's got a 17-acre riding field now, which is really cool. But that is...
You should have Isaac come and drone it for you now.
That would be really cool.
He's very good at that.
I need to have Donnie fly over and take some pictures. That's probably the right way to do it, too. They keep saying they're going to skydive onto the backfield, but
we have to talk about
been
that,
able to
too.
make that happen yet. So
Yeah, eventers, there you saw those jumps and stuff, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
And then she also skydives.
Yes.
Yes.
In her spare time.
Oh,
Because riding horses and eventing
here we
isn't,
go.
because eventing isn't exciting enough for her, so she jumps out of planes.
Well, I haven't gone in a bit because I got in a really bad car accident about a year ago, so I have a couple herniated discs in my back and neck, so that's actually kept me a little bit quieter this year as far as my own competition stuff. But
You had a car accident last year.
yeah,
What month?
November. It was November 6th. Somebody ran a stop sign and slammed into my car. The front end completely burned to crisp. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, it was
Somebody
crazy.
ran a red light and hit me at 65
Oh my
miles an
gosh.
hour and totaled my truck.
Oh, okay. So this was funny. So
Who's that guy?
I don't know. Who is that?
You don't
So-
let people like that on your farm, do you?
So
I'm just
we
kidding.
Okay, let her continue.
So this filly is the daughter of the horse that Mom is riding now and competing. We had Pete start her halter breaker and things, and they're ponies, right? So they can be a little bit stubborn. And I was like, you know what, Pete, why don't you do her first trim? And you know what, I don't think I sent the rest of the video, but Pete started doing her trim, and she was so relaxed and happy because she'd done all of the blocks and all of the groundwork with Pete, and she lay down and just took a nap. So Pete just sat next to her, and we just sat there for
Did you say trim?
Mm-hmm.
You said trim, like as in.
Yeah, he did her feet. He did her first hoof trim.
Oh, we need to talk.
Oh yeah. So he
Ass whisper.
Oh, so cute.
That's Chuck on the left. Yeah, like I said, they all have people names. So that is Chuck.
Before Gigi gets upset with me and does the old this. Yeah, we've got so much to go back over. So stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. We'll be right back. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and broadcast sponsor, Larson Farms. Also, thank you to supporting sponsors, Equine Therapy International, Nirvana Medical Spa, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, Summit Joint Performance, and Equigreen.
Hi, I'm Alan Davies with Equine Therapy International. Today we're at Engineered Equine Performance celebrating the new saltwater chilled treadmill. This particular chilled equine saltwater treadmill is a game changer. As you can see, the finest materials are used. The filtration system, coarse, fine filtration, no chemicals. We use UV, ozone, combination of filtration to keep the highest water chemistry standards. Being a saltwater unit, only the finest stainless steel and materials are used. That's important when it comes to longevity and cost of service over the life of the unit. This unit also has integrated massage jets with fine bubbles and coarse air bubbles for the therapy. The control system on this is Siemens industrial grade, top of the line technology, straight from Germany, but also serviceable here in the US.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
This show was brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
This show is brought to you in part by Summit Joint Performance, promoting a healthy, thick synovial fluid, decreasing inflammation in the joints and improving the cushioning properties of the cartilage pads. All age horses can benefit from Summit Joint Performance.
Maria LaCasse of Midnight Rose Equestrian's background is in natural horsemanship and dressage principles, with a main focus on maintaining a balance of communication and correct biomechanics between horse and rider. Come to her farm, or she'll come to yours. Allow Maria to help you and your horse to unwind and balance to increase performance so that you can both be the best you can be together to build a lifelong partnership of success. Maria LaCasse of Midnight Rose Equestrian is a graduate of the Equine Natural Movement School for Equine Structural Integration and a Florida School of Massage graduate. Find Midnight Rose Equestrian on social media and on the web at midnightroseequestrian.com and book your massage for your horse and you right away. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the final segment of the Horse Talk Show for this week, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown
Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our TV broadcast sponsor.
Larson's Farm.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I thought there was something in between.
It's so funny. So we actually had a pre-recorded segment that we were going to air at the end of the show, but because we're having this much fun having Stephanie on the show with us, that we decided that we were just going to go with the flow
one more
and wrap it up. But there are actually a couple things you said. So one of the things we were talking about yelling at students. So as a little kid, I was yelled at by my riding instructor at Stoneleigh Abbey every lesson. And actually, I hate being yelled at. And if she wasn't yelling, she was snippy. And I'm just going to tell you, it only takes one person to snap at me. And maybe I'm pathetic. Call me pathetic. But one person snaps at me one day, and I'm done. I just soak it up, and I'm done. I can't even do my show the same way. It's just a whole different. It rubs off on me. It's pathetic.
It's a low percentage of people that are motivated by that.
Very low percentage of people.
It is. It shuts me down. I just go like this. Boom. Done.
You know, my assistant Megan has written a lot because she came from a show world that was a lot of pressure, and she's talked a lot, written a bunch of blogs and things about kind of mental health for equestrians and how it's impacted her. And I've spoken to so many people who have had the same experience where, you know, it really messes with people, and there's a lot of, you know, essentially, I think more people need more therapy than they realize because of how...
Well, I definitely do.
Because of how unkindly people can treat each other sometimes. And
I know.
You know, I've been lucky to work for, you know, really kind and empathetic people, and I got lucky that way, you know, and not that there weren't hard times and hard lessons and all of that, but, you know, I was very lucky, but not everybody is, and, you know, it usually takes people a little bit of time to kind of realize that they can step outside of their comfort zone in a safe way, and they can learn in a safe and productive way, and they don't have to worry that I'm just going to kind of randomly go off on them. And I think that's sad, and I think that, you know, if you are an instructor and, you know, your kind of go-to is you find yourself yelling in every lesson, you know, maybe kind of think about how that actually impacts your students, and whether, you know, is it their fault for not listening, or is it, you know, your fault for not communicating in a way that they can understand and actually take it in and fits their learning style. Because, I mean, I'm sure, Pete, you can attest to this. Everybody has a different learning style, so you really have to figure out what each student, every single student, I teach them a little bit differently, because that's what they need. You cannot go in the ring with the same thing and the same lesson plan and the same attitude and get louder if it doesn't work. So
that is so true. Like, even in regular school for kids, everybody has a different way of learning and receiving, you know, and you really have to think about, and, you know, there's something else you have to think about, and I have to think about this a lot because my son was diagnosed with Asperger's when he was young. I have to think a lot, not just about what I say, but how I say it. I have to still, even now he's 18, have to think about how is he going to perceive what I say, because maybe I don't even really mean it in a way that he might receive it. So sometimes it's not even yelling. Sometimes it's just being snippy with somebody. Sometimes it's just having an attitude. Sometimes it's even just how you say they receive it differently. And it's the same with teaching, because you're going to have people
it's
who
the same
are,
with horses.
It is.
When we do stuff with horses, they go, "Oh, he's doing this because he's doing that," and I'm like, "No, you're yelling at him."
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't
it's the
handle it.
same thing. It's all like learning communication and how you communicate, right?
Well, it's like one thing as like a riding instructor that I think that all riding instructors need to remember is like people do horses for fun.
Yeah,
like this
totally.
is entertainment for fun.
Totally.
Not to be miserable and then cry and then be like, oh, well, I guess my life's not that bad.
Don't we have a riding video? I think we have a riding video. Yeah, look at that.
My wonderful friend Amanda Chance at Breed Ride Compete put this together for me. She does a lot of pedigree searches and things, but she's also social media star. So she put together this super cool video that makes me probably look a lot cooler than I actually am.
I think you're pretty cool right now.
What's your
I'm
favorite
pretty
type of jump?
What type of jump?
Yes. Like you
Oh,
like the water, the trainers, like what do you like?
You know, it really depends on what horse you're riding because as a young horse producer, I can say for sure that like if I'm sitting on this horse and he's feeling good, there's nothing I won't jump. But I have ridden some young horses or some of the ones that are a little bit of a project. Oh, Pete, you jumped really hard there.
I'm jumping.
That I've ridden some that, you know, are kind of figuring it out, and I can tell you that a 6-inch cross trail can look pretty frightening. So I think most people that have done young horses at some point
I
can,
did. That's
can
why I
cur-
stuck to dressage. I'm like, I don't need help falling off things.
So
You
when
know?
I was eventing in England, which is a few years ago, let's not talk about how long ago that was.
Did they have the wheel? I'm joking.
Yeah, no electricity yet. When I was eventing in England, the main reason I did eventing, because I did show jumping all the way up until I did eventing, and the reason I did eventing was because I wanted to go for a darn good gallop across a cross-country course. So I loved the cross-country.
It's so fun.
And that's the same reason I did fox hunting, because they opened up all the farms for everybody to go galloping and jumping everything that got in your way. And that was what I loved, was let me just get out there and...
Cross country was the best. Like, you had space in between to fix things, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
I got lucky. Oh, this was Saturday. This is a one that I have in right now. It's amazing.
Stop it!
I let Mom jump that horse today. She'd never ridden him before, and he was incredible. Oh,
See, that to me is exciting
that's
right
one
there.
of my sailor horses. He's so cute. That's Sam. I love
Sam.
him. Yep.
Mhm.
That's Sam.
There's another guy name.
Yeah, I love the guy names. This is Shyla. This is my working student. No, I have the coolest. That's Kathleen. She's one of my students.
Gosh,
Yeah,
I
no,
should
have-
really get jumping
there's
again,
Mom.
shouldn't I?
This is Mom and Fiona. This is the pony
There's
we're talking about, who
Cindy.
has the daughter who was sleeping when
Oh,
Pete was
yes.
trimming her feet.
Oh, yes, how
So,
lovely.
and then this is Steph Cordell, and she works for me. She just did the too long on this horse. It's codenamed Toby. I've known this horse for a really long time. He's owned by a friend of ours, Amanda Tamaga. Here's Leah with Fitz.
You know, when I watch jumping,
Megan.
it makes me want to jump again.
You know,
It's been a long time.
I'm lucky because everybody works so hard and they're so cool and they ride really well because they come and they try it and they're great. I'm super lucky.
It's amazing. That made me want to jump. Watching it just made me want to jump. I haven't done it
That
in years.
scared me.
You haven't got him over any jumps?
No, I haven't even managed to get him on one yet.
The first time I ever jumped was at a fox hunting over solid jumps, and they put me on the top horse because they knew he would go over it, and it was scary.
I think I need to make
No,
you ride
I wasn't
Fiona.
scared, but they were scared for me watching.
That would be in a good video. I'd
Oh,
like
yeah,
to have
that'd be
seen
a good
that.
video.
That would have been a really good
How
video.
about this? We'll get him out. I'll let him ride Fiona. Send you the video.
Yeah.
Because I bet he's going to be good.
Oh, okay.
You will
I'm
be.
gonna be
He's gonna
great.
be.
You will be.
Just don't get me skydiving.
No, no
We'll put the
skydiving.
parachute on you before you go over.
Thanks,
That's
Maria.
a good idea. That would make for interesting
I'm gonna
video.
have a backpack. And a,
Yeah, with the goggles.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's right near here in Ocala. That's in Denellen. So Central Florida skydiving. Yeah. I'm
That's,
just
that's
saying.
your hubby.
Yeah, other half.
Other half. That's what he does. He
Yes.
takes people and teaches them. So you
Yep.
teach people to jump horses, and he teaches people to jump out of planes.
Yep, they do tandems. They have a bunch of fun jumpers. So essentially, community full of licensed skydivers, and then they can teach people how to do it too. And it's really cool.
Adrenaline junkies.
So you're not
we all
willing
know?
to jump the horse or jump out of the plane, is that right?
Jump the horse.
Oh, you'll jump the horse over
if
jumping
you
the other
put
plane.
okay, it would be the waste of time for me because this is all I'd see. The whole way down.
See, I think
and then
that's
I'd be in
worth it.
fetal position at the bottom
Right, as
on
long
the
as we
ground.
get video, it'll be great.
All right, but we all want to see that, right?
That was the
Yes.
noise. Who's
Oh,
our guest
man.
next week?
Glenn Stewart from Canada. He's a horseman and he'll be here next week on Tuesday.
Stephanie, it was so lovely to
It was so lovely to
Your
be
daughter and your
here.
mom are lovely.
Thank you.
Maria, thank you, Pete. Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world or not, happy horsing around until the same time next week.
Toodles.